Ladies, gentlemen, those of you who are both and those of you who are neither, my name is Matt Felton, and thank you for coming out tonight. And a little bit about me, or just really one thing about me, is that I believe in magic. I'm not ashamed to say that. I believe that magic happens all around us all the time. And the cool thing about magic is that you don't have to believe in it to experience it. In fact, I think that's what makes magic magic, the fact that it's unbelievable. So tonight, I'm not here to trick you or fool you, or in fact, if I make you feel foolish, I have failed you. What I'm here to do is help you experience the unbelievable. And we're going to start with a deck of cards. What's your name again?
It's Kat.
Kat.
Yes.
And your name?
Parker.
Parker, great. I have short-term memory disability, and I am terrible with names of people who I have just met or even met in the recent past. So for this evening, you will be Bob on the left. You will be Bob on the right. Okay? At least for this. And if I need the help of somebody else, you will be Bob in the wild. So, Bob on the right, in just a minute, I'm gonna ask you to pick up the deck, look through the cards, take out your favorite card without letting anyone see it, and then place the deck back down here. You will then pick up the cards, look through, pick out your favorite card, and put the deck right back down here. Go ahead and do that now. In the meantime, I need a Bob in the wild. Who would like to be Bob? Will you be Bob in the wild? Wonderful.
Bob.
You'll be a wild Bob. Bob, we're going to, in a moment after they've picked their cards, we're going to cover our eyes. And I just ask that you don't peek while we do that. Okay, you got your card?
Right?
Yes, you keep your card. You can put the rest of the deck back down here. Bob of the left, please go ahead, select a card. And if you have selected, or if you're looking for the same card that Bob of the right already picked, I did that on purpose. One of these days, it's gonna happen. It's a magic trick that happens automatically. Wonderful, okay. So, Bob of the wild, let's go ahead and cover our eyes. Bob of the right and left, please show everyone else your cards. Okay? I did that on purpose too. Now, on the count of 3, please make sure that Bob in the wild and myself cannot see your cards because we're going to uncover our eyes. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Did you peek? Nope. Me neither. Good. Bob of the right, you will be card number 1. Would you please place your card back here? Bob of the left. Did you get to see Bob of the right's card?
Yes.
Wonderful. Would you please place your card right back here? Bob of the wild, did you peek?
Nope.
Wonderful. I didn't either. And neither did the dogs. Bob of the wild, I'm going to drop the cards from one hand to the other. Tell me when to stop before I run out of cards.
Stop.
All right. The 6 of hearts was neither one of your cards, judging by the lack of reaction, but that's okay. I didn't ask you to stop on one of their cards because that would be impressive. That wouldn't necessarily be unbelievable. Well, that would be impressive, right? There's a possibility of that happening, right? I could drop the cards. There are 2 of them in there. We could have stopped right on one. That's not unbelievable. What would be unbelievable? You were card number 1, right? What would be unbelievable would be if I had taken the 6 of hearts and shaken it, and it all of a sudden looked like your card. That's what's unbelievable. This was yours, right?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I guess so.
What would be even more, what was your card? Just say it out loud.
It's the Ace of Hearts.
The Ace of Hearts. If I do this, what would be unbelievable is if that had changed it to the Ace of Hearts, right?
Yeah.
You guys ready to see the unbelievable?
Mm-hmm.
Well done. Thank you for helping me with that. Wonderful.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm glad that worked. That means we can keep going. Otherwise, it's like, yeah, it's the end of the evening. All right. Here's a segue. I think that magic... I think that magic is a lot like science in that you can explain to me exactly how something works, and I still feel like it's magic. For example, gravity is strong enough to hold entire galaxies together, right? And yet, I can overcome gravity right now. Amazing. It's strong enough to hold the galaxy together, but weak enough that we can overcome it. Now, I know how it works, but that's still unbelievable. I'm going to show you guys something using the aces, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm doing while I'm doing it, and it will still seem unbelievable. So, let's start it this way. Now, before we start this, I want to tell you guys about how people think that I do this first. It's kind of amusing. So, with the aces, what some people think, magicians get, accused of a lot of tomfoolery during their acts. And one thing that I've been accused of, believe it or not, we hear, oh, it's up your sleeve. It's one of the reasons I like to roll mine up. But even though my sleeves are up, people still think that I might attach an invisible thread or a string to one of these cards. And at just the right moment, I can shoot that card up my sleeve, have it travel across, jump the gap right here, over to the other side, down my hand, deposit itself in my palm, and then just at the right moment, it can appear on the table. Now, that's not how I made that ace jump from my hands down there. That's not unbelievable, that's ridiculous, right? What I actually use is something called an invisible palm. Have you guys heard of palming cards before? It's used in gambling. It's where you can take a card and keep it in your hand, but you have to keep it in somewhat of a unnatural position. So what I use is something called an invisible palm, where I can get the card, same way, into my hand, but just when I want to, I can make it invisible, right? Now it's still here, it's still in my palm, and oh no, look, you can feel it. Go ahead, feel right there, it feels like a card. No, I know, it's dry skin is what it is. I do need to moisturize, but still, with that, I can still take this, and when I need to, I can make that card appear on the table. I know, it looks unbelievable. I'm gonna show it to you one more time. We'll do it with the ace of clubs, and I'm gonna show you the way that I love to do it, and I do it during card games, right? So this is when I cheat my friends. So we'll take these three here, and the ace of hearts. What I'll do is I'll get the ace down to the bottom of the deck. And as I'm dealing out cards, after I've dealt out all the cards, I'll slide the ace off into a modified invisible palm. And I can drop my hand down here. When you guys are in an offbeat moment, I can transfer the card into the other palm. I could gesture freely with this hand, and it's great. And then same thing when I need to. What's unbelievable is that I can get every single one over. It's nuts, right? It's unbelievable. I love it. Would you please, do you know how to shuffle cards?
Yes.
Great. Would you please shuffle these up for me while I get this ready? Oh, and also, no. Hey, and if you can't shuffle them well, please shuffle them as poorly as you possibly can. I want you to succeed in this. Yeah. Shuffle them as poorly as you can, and that's going to be there for you.
Just one shuffle.
Until your heart's content.
I'll do one more.
Bob of the left. We've known each other for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes or so. I feel that's enough time to build up some trust. Bob of the left, I have a question for you.
All right.
Are you afraid of needles?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Good. Me too. I am as well. That makes me happy. What I have here
Oh, God.
is a very real and very sharp sewing needle. Now, without hurting yourself, would you please pluck the needle out of the pad here and verify that it is indeed very real and very sharp?
Yeah.
Yes, good. Keep holding on to it. Would you stand, please? Thank you. Now, are you good at following directions? Good. In a moment.
That's not terrifying.
No, I know. But you're going to be completely safe. Because in a moment, I'm going to ask you to place that needle on my tongue.
What?
Now, I do want you to notice that I did say on my tongue, not in or through my tongue. I have enough piercings. Will you do that for me?
Absolutely.
And it may sound counterintuitive, but would you please place it for safety's sake so that the pointy end is aiming towards my throat?
Okay.
Yes? Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's there.
Oh, there's not a needle in there, right?
Nope.
Okay. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay. In it.
No.
So wait. So it's kind of gone.
Yep.
For now, that's good. Now, I have another question for you.
Okay.
Have you ever been to a fair or a carnival?
Yes.
You know those games where you either you have like a basketball and you're trying to get as many points, or you're shooting a little paper star or something like that. They're really hard to win. Did you ever play those games as a kid?
Yeah.
How did you do with those games?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you lie to me and tell me that you did really well?
I did really well.
Great, because we're going to play one of those games. This is going to be a fishing game. So would you please hold up your finger like this? That's going to be your pole, and the prize is me not dying. So would you take your thumb, go ahead and pinch that and hold that off? We'll go to here. And
No.
So it takes a turn.
Here we
I'm
go.
Sorry.
me too.
God.
It's like a messed up Lady in the Tramp. All right, here we go. Hang on. Here we go! Everybody give it up for Bob of the Left for saving my life. Whew. You want to keep that? No, you don't. That's gross. You can leave that right there. His nuts. That is my mom's least favorite stuff. Hates it, and I love it. Now, unfortunately, this evening, or at least this portion of the evening, is coming to a close. However, I have saved my final effect for last. And so, I'm proud of that joke too, everyone. Have you shuffled these cards?
I did 2 times over.
2 times over. What is your name one more time?
Bob on the right.
Bob on the right. But what is your real name?
Oh, Cat.
Cat. Cat, would you please take the Sharpie and write your name big and bold on the side of the deck here. So write Cat right across it, big, bold, block letters, making sure that the letters touch the top and the bottom.
You got it.
Yeah. You got that?
Okay.
Super. Now, you and Kat know each other. You guys are together. That's great. And how long have you been together for?
Coming up on 8 months.
8 months. Wonderful. So you've had a lot of great times together. Mm-hmm. Super. How did you guys meet?
Instagram.
Instagram. Hey, technology. That's wonderful. That's not no. You don't need to be ashamed by that. You saw a cat and went, oh, cool, and then you can message them and it works. So, Kat, how are we doing?
I'm doing so good right now.
I love it.
Okay.
You got the A.
Yeah.
Good. What was the first date you guys went on?
We went to coffee
Went to get coffee. Where?
at the Ugly Mug for like 5 hours.
Nice. Nice. I knew that. Cat.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Cat. Okay, this is great. So we have Cat's name across the deck. Now, one of the reasons that I asked you to do that and make it nice and big and bold is that when we spread it, there's a little bit of these dots that go across that you made, and it kind of makes the DNA of Cat, this little sequence that is unique to you, right? However, if I take the cards and I give them a shuffle, and maybe even like a couple cuts, we're going to get a completely different DNA sequence, right? Now, what I'd like for you to do is think about Cat. Think about all the great times that you've had together in these 8 months, even short 8 months. You can still build up a lot of great memories. So be thinking about those memories and be thinking about Cat. And there are 4 places. We're going to create 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to make these piles. I'm going to use the rest of the deck and flip them over and create piles here. But so I want you to just call out numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4 in any order you want. And I'll put those cards in those places. And we want to make it random, but make them roughly even.
Okay.
So don't give too much love to one. Make sure to spread it around. But just start calling out numbers 1, 2, 3, or 4, and I will put the cards there.
2, 4, 1, 3. 4, 1, 3, 2. 2, 4, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. How many permutations can I make? 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4. 1, 1, 1, 1. 2, 2, 2, 2. 4, 2, 1, 3. 3, 2, 1, 4. 2, 3, 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Right there. Okay. Wonderful. I like that. And I forgot to tell you, do this without thinking too much about it. You did a great job. You did a great job regardless. I now know that I can cut that out of the script. Cool. Now, without thinking too much about it, again, 1, 2, 3, or 4?
2.
2, right there. So you were thinking about Cat this entire time, right? And we took that DNA sequence, we switched it all up. But because you were thinking about Cat, something very interesting happened to these cards. I want you to be able to see this, in that when we square them up, all of a sudden, we get a little tiny cat. Right? Now, that's great. You picked just the right one. However, we all have known Cat for a little bit, right? So I want everybody to think about Cat, and while we're doing it, even vocalize it. So we say cat, 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 cat. And as we do that, keep going.
Cat, 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 oh my gosh. Cat, cat, cat,
And yes! Several cats all the way through. Which really tells us that this show was all about you. Ladies and gentlemen, again, my name's Matt Felton. Thank you so much for playing with me. And you two get to keep this deck.
Yay!